Okay, so one of you, can you confirm me? Is it visible?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, so very good morning. Welcome back to the class. So this is lecture number 5. So here today we will be discussing about star to delta transformation and delta to star transformation and related problems. And the same lecture we are going to continue in the next lesson also. So in the last lecture, we have discussed about source transformation and source shifting and related problems. Okay. So now, uh, before starting, do you have any questions regarding these source transformation and source shifting? So you need to practice the problems by taking various other values. Okay. So now coming to the today's topic, as I told, we will be discussing about star to delta transformation and related problems. So first thing here is why we require this kind of transformation technique. So if you consider these techniques, so if I consider a very simple example like what we have considered in the earlier class, maybe in the introduction class. So here if I ask you to calculate the equivalent resistance, not only resistance, any impedance maybe. So if you have like 2 ohms and 3 ohms, so if I need the equivalent resistance between AB, so RAB, this will be 5 ohms, we know, because both resistors are connected in series. So in the same way, now if I introduce one more element, so somewhere like this. Okay, so I will keep these 2 ohms and 3 ohms across AB as it is. But now if I introduce another element with some value like 10, so now I cannot calculate the equivalent resistance across AB until and unless if it is open. Okay, so if point C is open, then we can say that RAB is still equal to 5 ohms. Okay, so if it is if I assume that it has been connected somewhere else, these points, so then there arise a little bit problem. So this kind of things we can sort out by using star to delta and delta to star transformation. So star to delta, so this star network, it is also named as something like Y network also, or something like T also. So if I take the same thing, so this the same thing I may represent like this also. So this can be like a reverse T, and the same thing you may get in the shape of Y also. So something like this. And why we call it as a star, even you get the things something like this also. Okay, so all are the same. So one more network representation is the delta. So delta network, so sometimes the symbol will be used this like this, or even they use the symbol like this, pi. Okay, so it looks like a pi shape. So you can have a delta network like this, Okay, and if you take it in reverse way, you may have the things like this also. Okay, so it looks like a pi network. So in all these cases, if you consider this case, this one, and this one, so none of the resistors are neither connected in series nor in parallel. Okay, so how to get into these things? So first we'll see the first topic, that is out of star to delta and delta to star transformation. So let us take the first one as delta to star transformation. Okay, so how to get this? So first let us assume one thing. So if I have 3 points like A, B and C, and if I assume that in between A and B I have a resistor or impedance connected named as RA, and in between B and C if I assume another one like RB. Okay, so in between A and C I can assume another one that is connected as RC. So this is a delta network or pi. So here if I ask you to uh, find the equivalent resistance of RAB, if this thing is connected to some other network, then it will be difficult. So otherwise, if you assume that this is not connected to some other part of the network, then what you can do is you can have an equivalent resistance called as T network or the star network. So this we can transform into T, or we call it as Y also, or star. Okay, so how that can be checked? So now let me change the color here. So if I assume that internally, if I have some point here, I will call this point as N. So equivalent star network, we get something like this. Okay, so this I will take it outside. So if you superimpose on the delta network, you will get this star. So if I take it outside at the same, considering the same points A, B and C. So what we get is, here I can assume the things as R1, and here I can assume the thing as this one as R2 and this one as R3. Okay, so if I assume it as R1, R2 and R3, so now I need to find, or we need to define R1, R2, R3 in terms of delta representation. So if I consider this as figure 1, okay, so if I consider this as figure 1 and this one as figure 2, okay, so now in figure 1, if I assume that these points are independent A, B and C, so that means if you assume that they are not connected to any other part of the network, or this as a one separate bunch. So here in step number 1, what I can do is I can find out the equivalent resistance across the terminals AB. So that is I am seeing from this end. So you are seeing from this resistance across RAB. So how to find this? So I want the equivalent resistance across AB. That means I have here resistance RA, right? So now point C is not of our interest. So we assume that nothing is connected. So how RC and RB are connected now? RC and RB, they are connected like this. This is RB, I can label it as RB. This is RC. So equivalent resistance, if you point here the ohm meter or multimeter, the probes across AB, what will be the equivalent resistance? So that I can write it as RA is in parallel with series combination of RB and RC, right? So this is going to give me the equation like RA. So that means it is like this is one resistor R1 and this is another resistor like R2, if you assume. Okay, so it will be like R1 into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So R1 into R2 means RA into RB plus RC divided by summation of the three, RA plus RB plus RC. So this I can call it as equation number 1. Okay, so is that clear to everyone? If anybody is having any difficulties in understanding this point, so please ask. So I will wait for some 10 seconds. So if you ask, then okay, is that clear to everyone? Please be interactive, otherwise.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay,
So,
thank you. Fine. So if you at any time, if you have any difficulties, please ask, do not hesitate. Okay. So similarly, on the same basis, I can even define the equivalent resistance. So now we have taken across AB. So like that, you have to take across BC and CA also. So if I take about R equivalent resistance across the terminals RBC. So what will be the answer? Can anyone tell?
RB parallel to RA plus R.
Okay, one at the time, one of you can talk. Yes, RB.
RB parallel to
RA plus
RB parallel to RA plus R.
Okay, fine. So only one resistor can talk. Okay. So fine, no problem, correct. So as we have RB, so this RB will be in parallel with RA plus RC, right? Okay, so directly I can write it as the multiplication divided by the same thing, RA plus RB plus RC. So let me call it as equation number 2. So similarly, if you look into the equivalent resistance across RCA, so please mute yourself, those who have unmuted. So here on the same basis, what we have RC, it will be in parallel with series combination of RA and RB. So this will be RC multiplied by RA plus RB whole divided by RA plus RB plus RC. Okay, so if you consider these concepts, so let us call this as equation 3. So let us keep these things across here. So now similarly on the same basis, so now if you take this star equivalent here, okay, so how to define RAB? So now on the same basis you have to define what is RAB here. So as I told in the previous slide, this will be like this condition, okay. So if I want to calculate across any two terminals, so if one of the terminal is open, so this will be treated as open impedance or redundant. So we can eliminate or neglect that. So what will be left? Like 2 plus 3 here. On the same basis, if you go on writing the second case for star, that is what is RAB. So this is for delta, this is for the Y network. So RAB will be equal to R1 plus R2. So let us name it as equation 4, and similarly RBC will be equal to R2 plus R3. Then RCA. So resistance across these two terminals. So this will be open R2. So what will be there? Series combination of R1 and R3. R1 plus R3. So let me just give you a model here. So I want equivalent resistance across the terminal A and C. So that means I have R1, then it is connected to some node N, then I have R3, it is the point C, and here we have R2, which is connected to point B. But where we are placing our ohmmeter or multimeter probe? Across AC only, right? So we require two reference point to measure. So in that case, this will be open. This point will be open. So you can neglect this. Hence, this can be treated as a single branch. So what you will get is R1 plus R3. So I hope this is clear for everyone. So if you have any doubts, you may ask.
No, sir.
Yes. Yes. Do you have any questions? Please ask. I'm not able to hear you. Can you repeat your question, please? If somebody is able to hear his question, so you can speak out. Yes, is that clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
One of your friend asked something, so it was not audible for me. So can anyone tell what he asked? Okay, so shall I proceed to the next step? Okay, so I assume the things are clear now. So now what we need is, we need to define the values R1, R2 and R3 in terms of RA, RB, RC. So I need to define R1 in terms of RABC, R2 in terms of RABC, R3 in terms of RABC. So how to do that? So we have the equal resistance across the same points. So if you equate these equations, what we have got here, you can equate equation 1 and 4, and you may go for equating equation 2 and 5. So you can go for equating equation 2 and 5, similarly 3 and 6. So one example we can take here. If you equating equation 1 and 4, why we are equating only equation 1 and 4? Why not 1 and 5? Why not 1 and 6? Because the reference resistance terminals are same, RAB, right? So if you equate them both LHS and RHS, so anyway LHS will get can be neglected. If you equate the RHS values, so what we get is RA multiplied by RB plus RC whole divided by, what you get is RA plus RB plus RC equal to R1 plus R2. So I may call this as equation 7. Similarly, if you equate equation 2 and 5, so what I will get is very similar kind of thing, RB multiplied by RC plus RA whole divided by RA plus RB plus RC, which is equal to R2 plus R3. Let me call it as equation 8. Then the last one is equating equations 3 and 6. So what we get is RC multiplied by RA plus RB whole divided by RA plus RB plus RC equal to R1 plus R3. So I will call this as equation number 9. Okay. So keeping these things in mind, so next our interest is what we need to come out with the equivalent resistance. So we need to find what is R1 in terms of RA, RB and RC, what is R2 in terms of RA, RB and RC. Similarly for R3 also. So I will just illustrate for R1 on the similar basis. You can take it for R2 and R3 also. Okay. So now if you subtract, if you go for if you subtract equation 7 by equation 8, so that means why we are doing this. So if you look into the equation 8, this is the thing, equation 7 is this one. So here after equating, you can come out with one of the solution, so that you will be able to find either R1 or R3. So let us check that. Okay. So if you do this, so what I will get is equation 7 is this. On both LHS and RHS side you have to do RA, RB, RC minus RB, RC plus RA, then whole divided by, so you will get a common denominator, that is RA, RB and RC. So you can see that here in equation 7 we have R1 plus R2 minus R2 minus R3 means R2 and R2 will get cancelled out. So we will be left with what now? Only R1 minus R3. So this I can call it as equation number 10. So now you should see, or you should select this result with one of the results here, 8, 9 and 7, 8 and 9. So what we have here is R1, R3. So look into the one of the equation here, either equation 7, 8 or 9. So by adding or subtracting, if you are able to cancel out one term on the RHS, okay, so you can probably go for the addition by adding equation 9 and 10. So what we get is, we see that it will be a very long equation. Let me write it. So it is just a multiplication of this, okay, and you have to add it. So if you do that, what you will get is on the LHS side, you will get this one, RC and RA plus RC and RB plus RA RB plus RA RC, then minus of RB RC, and again minus of RB RA whole divided by again RA plus RB plus RC equal to, so you will get there that R3 will get cancelled out, so you will get 2 times R1, okay. And not only that, here you can see RB plus minus RB RA and plus RB RA will get cancelled out. Similarly, RB RC minus RB RC and plus RB RC, it will get cancelled out. So you will be left with what now? RARC plus RARC, that is 2 times RARC divided by RA plus RB plus RC equal to 2 times R1. So R2 and 2 will get cancelled out. So what is left is, what we get is R1 equal to RA into RC divided by RA plus RB plus RC, okay. So this is for the R1 case. So how to remember these things? So derivation is also there. So one case we can derive in the examination. If they ask on the similar base, we can write it for R2 and R3, no issues, okay. So it is not like you have to do for R1, R2 and R3 separately, okay. So probably like something like if they ask like delta to star only, you may get it for 5 to 6 marks and sometimes 8 marks also, okay. So coming to this equation, how to remember? So we got R1 equal to RA RC, RA plus RB plus RC. So how to remember that? So R1, so we defined R1 as RA into RC, right, divided by summation. So that means, so if you superimpose this figure here, so what we have is R1, R2 and R3. So there are 2 ways to remember this. I can define R1 as, anyway, denominator we have the summation of all the resistance RA, RB and RC, so that is not a problem. So if you are calculating R1, then you have to multiply the adjacent resistance values. So adjacents are RA and RC. Or in other way, this is first method of remembering. Second way is you have to look into the main node where it is connected R1. So it is connected to node A, and to that node which resistors are connected, we have RC and RA. So that you have to multiply. So first one is very simple. You have to take the adjacent values. Or second one, what I told is you have to look into the node where R1 is connected. R1 is connected to A. So that to that node which resistors are connected, RA and RC. So you have to take the product of that. So similarly, how we need to write for R2? So if you derive and all, you will get it anyway. But for remembering in problems or in examination, you should not derive and you should not solve. You should use these direct equations. Okay. So if you consider these things, so for R2, how we can write? Adjacent delta values are what? RA and RB divided by RA plus RB and RC. That is the first way of looking. So otherwise, if you look into the node B, so which resistors are connected? RA and RB. Take the product of RA and RB divided by RA plus RB plus RC. So on the similar base, we can write here R2 as RA multiplied by RB, RA multiplied by RB, summation of the things, RA plus RB plus RC. Then similarly, you can check out for R3. It will be RB into RC divided by RA plus RB plus RC. So in the examination, you will not be having any values like RA, RB and RC. Instead of that, there will be arbitrary resistance values, or sometimes they may give the impedance values also, or the admittance values also. So if they give like something like 1 by 2 ohms impedance of that you have to take. So if it is given as mho, so it is admittance, you have to take the impedance. So you should be able to convert from impedance to admittance. So that is Z is inverse of this, right? Or Y is inverse of Z. So like that, you need to convert the things. So based on these concepts, so here one point you can remember is, you can make a note here. If you get a condition like RA and RB and RC, if all are having the same values, okay, then no need to solve all these things. Directly you can write R1 equal to R2 equal to R3 equal to R divided by 3. So we can see these kind of hints in the gate examination also. So there you should use these tricks, okay. So not only that, there are many things we will see one by one anyway. So this is how we have converted a delta into a equivalent star network. So is that clear to everyone? So before we proceed for the next one, that is star to delta, if you have any questions, you may ask. Okay. So we'll go to the next topic, that is second one, that is star to delta transformation. So this is quite simple here for second case. Star to delta transformation. Okay. So if you consider star to delta transformation, the star value will be given like this, means the star network will be like this, star or Y or T or star, or sometimes it is called as Y also. Okay, so any of these namings are same. Don't stick to syllabus only like star to delta. Star is not given, it is T sir, so it is not like out of syllabus. So you have to analyze it properly. So if you assume that we have the things labeled like this, R1 connected to some node, then here if we have R2 connected to node B, and here if you have R3 connected to node C. So we need to find its equivalent delta network. So how the things will be? So these points will not change. These points will be same, A, B, C. So we have to keep these points A, B and C as it is. So if you just draw the resistance values here, so I may assume it as RAB, then RBC, then RCA. If you superimpose, superimpose means if you place this on the Y network, So where we get those things? We get it here. This will be RAB, and here it will be RBC, and here it will be RCA. Okay, so we need to define again RAB in terms of R1, R2 and R3. Okay, so each register you have to define. So but before that, first if you calculate what is R1, what is R1 from, so if you want to, if you know what is R1 from delta to Y transformation. So R1 from delta to Y transformation, it is, we know already, RA/RC divided by RA plus RB plus RC. Then similarly R2 is what? RA/RB divided by RA plus RB plus RC. Similarly R3 is what? RB into RC divided by RA plus RB plus RC, right? So now if you consider this equation, considering all these three equations, if I call this as equation star, so what we can get is, if you consider a condition, so let us take the equivalent value of R1 into R2 plus R2 into R3 and R3 into R1. So if you take this and if you multiply, so considering these things only, okay, so we get equation something like this: RA square multiplied by RB RC plus RA into RB square into RC plus RA RB RC square whole divided by again RA RB plus RC whole square. So you have to just cross multiply, or just remember that one of the term is squared here. Okay, so if you observe here, you can take the RA, RB and RC terms as common in the numerator. So if I take that, I will be left with what? I will be left with RA plus RB plus RC whole divided by again RA plus RB plus RC whole square. So this and this one term I can cancel out. So I will be left with what now? I will be left with the equations R1 R2 plus R2 R3 plus R3 R1 equal to RA RB RC whole divided by RA plus RB plus RC. So if I take any one term here, so if I select this entire term, so this is nothing but what now? I may opt for not only this, if you consider RB also. So this will be RA multiplied by, see this RB divided by RB into RC divided by RA RB RC, it is same as this equation. So what we have is this R3, right? Both are same. So now I can write here as R3. So this is our term. So at the end, what I am getting now is I can define what is the equivalent of RA, right? So if you take RA, so okay, so just for your reference, so just make these things as a single term, RA, RB and RC. So now we are defining RA. So what I get is RA equal to what we have is, okay, R1 into R2 plus R2 into R3 plus R3 into R1 whole divided by this R3 value. So this I can simplify as R1 into R2 divided by R3 plus R2 plus R1, right? So this will be the definition for RA. Okay. So how to remember this now? If I want to calculate RA, so I will just superimpose this one here, what we have. So cancel out this RB. Okay. So I will take these things as what we have is R1, R2 and R3. So if I look into the equation, so we can say that in again you can remember these things in two ways. So if I want RA, so if I want to calculate RA, in the denominator I will get its opposite resistance value, that is R3. Okay. So this you can remember in two ways. First method is this, and then you need to go clockwise with the multiplication of two resistor terms, R1 into R2, R2 into R3, R3 into R1. So you can take R1 R2 plus R2 R3, then R3 R1. So this is one way of remembering. Second way is what? Second way is very simple. So first look where we are interested in, which resistance we are interested in calculating RA. So in the bracket, just for your for the basic level or as a beginner, so just note down where RA is connected. RA is connected to the points A and B, right? So to this point, which resistors are actually connected? B and A. So we have R1 and R2, right? So which resistor is not connected is R3. So you can define in this way. So we have to take the product of the resistors which are connected to the nodes AB, that is R1 into R2 divided by which is not connected. Then you have to add the same resistors. Okay. So I don't have much space here so that I can explain it clearly. So I will just adjust it here only. So just check out that. So similarly, how we can define RB? So RB, I want RB. So that means the things are connected to node B and node C. So what I can take? I can take the product of R2 and R3 divided by R1 plus R2 plus R3. That's all. Okay. Or in other way, what you can write? So if you want RB, then in the denominator you can place R1, then go on multiplying R3, R1, or R2, R3, R3, R1, R1, R2. So whichever is convenient for you, you can remember in that way. But somehow you have to remember. You need to remember. Then RC is what? So RC will be So you should look into this RC. It is connected to node A and B. Which resistors are connected? R1 and R3. Take the product of that. Then add them, R1 and R3. Then divide only this term by non-connected resistor. So this is how we can remember here about this. And similarly, as I told, for delta to star, so star to delta also there is a condition. If R1, R2 and R3 all are same, then resulting RA, RB, RC, this will be 3 times the given resistor. Okay, so is that clear to everyone? So if you have any questions, you may ask. So we have another 5 minutes so that I can take one simple problem. So if you don't have any questions, so shall I proceed for the one simple problem now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Yes, sir.
See, these things you need to practice. It will not be achieved in overnight. Okay, in one day. So please practice the things, all subjects. And one more thing is, see, uh, if you get the offline examination, so anyway, the booklets will be given to you well in advance. So at the last page, you will be having a rough page, right? So there you can make a note of all these things. You can take star to delta or delta to star equivalent values. You can note down there the formulas, whatever you remember. So if that question appears, you can refer there directly and you can write it. So it is not a issue. So you can note down. Okay. So this is how you can use some tactics in the examinations. Okay, instead of spending for other things. Okay. So let us consider a very simple problem over here. So if you have a network given like this, so this is 4 ohms and this is 2 ohms and this is 6 ohms. Okay, so if I say that ABC, so now we need its equivalent resistance. So questions will not be like to convert star to delta or delta to star. So they may ask you to find out the equivalent resistance across RAB, RBC and RCA, or they may ask you to convert star into delta. So if the question is like to find only RAB, so that is very simple. So if they are asking only RAB means you are pointing the multimeter here. So this will be open. So RAB in that case it will be 2 plus 4 equal to 6 ohms. But if they ask you to get the delta equivalent of this, yes, so then you have to get a superimposed figure here. So I may assume this as okay. So what will be this? I can assume this as like Rx, Ry and Rz. So I have the values already. So if I superimpose this y here into this, I have 2, 4 and 6. Okay. So what will be Rx now? And what will be Ry? And what will be Rz? So this is very simple. So if you want to calculate Rx, as I told, in the denominator you will get 6 and which Rx is connected to which nodes, A and B. Take the product of those two resistors, 2 into 4, and add them. So you will get something like 7.33 ohms. Similarly, what will be Ry? Can anyone calculate and tell? So in order to calculate Ry, what you have to do? Look into the opposite resistor. So take it to the denominator. Two resistors which are there, 4 into 6 plus 4 plus 6.
22.
That turns out to be 22 ohms.
22.
Okay.
22.
Okay, fine, good. So similarly, RZ is this RZ. This will be, take the denominator here, opposite, then 2 into 6 plus 2 plus 6. This will be 11 ohms. Okay. So last one more problem I can take here to conclude the session. So if I ask you to calculate the equivalent resistance between AB, so what is RAB from the following figure? So if I give you like 10, 45, then 20, then I may please mute yourself. So here I have 10 and here I have 20. Okay, so if I want to calculate RAB, so what will be RAB now? So it will be difficult to calculate directly, right? So here we have two options, and before you proceed, make sure that A and B points, they should not be disturbed. So whatever we have to calculate internally. So for that purpose, you should look into the circuit, whether do you have any option of converting delta to star or star to delta, so that you have to set. Okay, so if I consider the things like if I take so I request again, please mute yourself from your end. So if I take 10 ohms, 10 ohms and 45, so this will give me a star network. So I can have the thing like this. Okay, so I can be able to calculate the things. Okay, so coming back to this here, so now between 10 and 10, so which one I have this one. Okay, so what I will get is, if you consider this and if you rewrite the circuit, equivalent circuit, I will get something like this. This is the first resistor, first one here. Then I will get an equivalent here, then third one here, then followed by, as it is, what we had is 20, and what we have another one is like another resistor. So this we have to calculate. So if you consider between 10 and 10, okay, so between 10 and 10 we can calculate this, right? So this value will be how much? This value will be 10 into 10 divided by summation of these things, right? So this resistance will be 10 multiplied by 10 divided by 45 plus 10 plus 10. That is going to give me around 1.538 ohms. Okay, and what about this resistor? It comes between 10 and 45, 10 ohms and 45. If you consider this will be 10 into 45 divided by summation will be same. Okay, and similarly this resistor will be how much? Again it is between 10 and 45, this one. So it is the same, 10 into 45 divided by 65. So can you calculate and proceed further so that we'll look into this by tomorrow? Okay, so again next class will be there for you. Okay, so we'll end here anyway, so please practice these things. Okay, thank you. So I will be sharing the same now.